Hello everyone, so today is going to be a review video, and this is a review of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Here we go. So like I said, I'm going to be reviewing, this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. There we go. So I actually purchased this, I was at Ulta, and I went in for the Tarte what is it, the tape concealer that everybody has been raving about, everybody's been talking about. So I went in for that one. Obviously, didn't get it. I went with this one, but I sat there forever with the two products in my hands just going, I don't know which one I want. So I actually ended up asking one of the ladies, I was like, I've got a question for you. So, you know, I've heard about both products. I've heard so many good things. What are your thoughts, basically? And that's what I'll do. I'll ask the ladies who work there, because more than likely they've tried the product or they've seen the product on other people more, so they are going to have a better understanding of how it sits on your face as well. So we put, you know, swipes of both on my hand, and we were talking about it, and I agreed. I ended up agreeing with her. The Tarte, while yes, it covered great and did a good job there, it did also have kind of like a thicker look to it, so it kind of sunk into my lines. And I was a little bit worried because I do have aging skin. Yeah, I know. I do have aging skin. So it's a little bit more of a struggle just trying to keep your skin not looking like you have wrinkles. That's the whole point to it when you start aging. And then I looked at the NARS side, and it had this, it just kind of looked smoother. You know, it had like a smoother look to it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and go with the NARS. So I went with the NARS, and I have been loving it ever since. So while this is a concealer, it doesn't conceal as much as most. So I do have other concealers that are thicker and are going to just completely hide it, and you're not going to be able to see anything at all. This one does cover well, because my spots, luckily lately, have been like toning it down a bit. And I do have two spots on my head up here that were pretty bright when I put this on. So I mean, you can't even really notice them. So it still covers, and it still does a great job. It just obviously it's not as thick, and it doesn't cover as much, I guess, as the Tarte version did. But I loved about this, what I did love about this is a radiant, it says Radiant Creamy Concealer. So this says, the details on this say it corrects, contours, highlights, perfects. So I was just gonna try it. It does correct, so it does cover. Contours, I could see that if you're doing different shades, but I don't use my concealers for that, so I don't know. Highlights, that's what I was liking about this, because I use it underneath my eyes there. So instead of having to use two different products, because I do have the darker spots around my under eye, because I work nights, and that's just kind of how it goes, I want to cover that, as well as brighten it up down there, just so there's not that dark look like I'm half tired and almost dead. So instead of using this as well as the Bare Minerals, because I do have the Stroke of Light from Bare Minerals that I love, and I have repurchased, and I will repurchase because I do love this stuff. This is basically just a concealer I can put under it, so if I want a light makeup day, this works great by itself. If I want to really brighten it up, or I have like really dark circles that day, I'll add this as well. But this concealer does great. It just seems a little bit thinner, and it's not to say that it won't cover. It does still cover, but it's just a little bit thinner, so it doesn't feel like, I can feel I have makeup right there because I have a spot right there. Like, that is something that I love. So it has a very natural finish to it as well. I have been using it today, and I've just been loving it, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna use this up, and if I'm still loving it by then, I will be repurchasing it. And I'm just, every NARS product I've gotten so far, I love it. NARS is doing a good job. High five, guys. Just so proud of you for that. So that is it for my review of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.